place you want to be as a teammate and as a player. So from Josh Jacobs' standpoint, obviously, and the victim's standpoint, there's all of that has to get worked through the court system and everything else. But from a strictly football standpoint, it's a huge distraction. It's a big, because people immediately are going to flip it to, well, how does this affect your football team? And then you have to look at, well, how are you going to address this position? How do you address it from a PR standpoint? There's a lot of added things when this is supposed to be the time of the year that's about coming together as a team and, team bonding and figuring things out. When you have days like this, it sets you back. And I think that's probably, on top of all of the other things, that's the part where you never want to disappoint your teammates. And unfortunately, this is going to be one of those situations that does happen.
We talk about this all the time. It's still a workplace, and in some ways relatable to where anybody else works. So if you're listening right now and you go to work and find out one of your colleagues is not coming to work today because he or she was arrested.
And is now in custody.
Right, on whatever allegations. Right, just put yourself in that position. That's to your terminology, Tausch, the distraction that would be in the workplace.
Yeah, and it just obviously everybody's workplace is different, but with this, there's so many people that cover the team and have such an interest in it that it's magnified 100 times. So all of those things that you're just talking about, where if you're in an office space and someone that happens, you look through it, and you go on here. You have to answer for them. And that, on top of all of the other stuff, that's where you never want to. You want to make things as easy for your teammates as you possibly can. You don't ever want to be, a distraction, to use that term. That's the last place you want to be. And unfortunately, this is you've seen it not only locally but nationally because of the interest of being a Green Bay Packer and the position that Josh holds. You just continue to compile it. So that's the least of his concerns, obviously, right now. But from an organizational standpoint, these are those moments that you have to kind of figure out how to navigate through so that you don't let this continue to kind of bring down where you're at as a football team for the next month or two before you get to training camp.
Hey, can I ask you, Tausch, so what happens with the players before they meet with the media today? Does somebody from the team, whether it's Goody or does Matt LaFleur, get everybody together and say, hey, here's how we are handling this. I don't want anybody popping off about stuff you don't know. I don't want anybody saying anything. Do they get that talking to before they have to face reporters?
Absolutely. I think, obviously the media being available today, you're going to have the PR folks kind of lined up where Matt LaFleur will address the team, and obviously you want to address the scenario, the situation that Josh has put himself in, but then also how to handle and approach this from being a teammate standpoint. And the messaging on this is always going to be something that you want to make sure as an organization you're lined up with, because everybody there obviously has a relationship with Josh, but you also want to be very mindful of the situation that he's in. Even though we don't know all the details, we don't know the entire scenario, you want to be mindful of that as well. So it really is, you don't talk a lot about it because the bottom line, you don't know much more than anybody else does. And what good is it for you to say anything of any substance when you have no clue what the heck you're talking about? That would be my guess is how this thing is going to be handled.
Thanks, Tausch. Appreciate the perspective on that. And hopefully we're talking football tomorrow.
It would appear a court time is scheduled for this afternoon for
that
Josh
is
Jacobs.
News this morning. 7:58.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Developer John Spheris is proposing a high-end ranch-style housing community in Sussex, where homes would average about $1.5 million in value. Milwaukee County is poised to overhaul how it funds the arts, with a new proposal sending bigger grants to major cultural institutions while carving out support for smaller and emerging groups. An industrial building in Pleasant Prairie's Lakeview Corporate Park has sold for $9.15 million. With Stainless Products, an affiliate of Central States Industrial, expected to move into the facility. I'm Juan Lasso with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
The birds fly north from St. Louis.
Attention passengers.
Heavy turbulence ahead.
Pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone.
The Brewers take on the Cardinals today in Milwaukee.
Wild Bill, a 3-run shot.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 12:05.
Hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Wednesday, May 27th. Our top story, legal trouble looming for Packers star.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Here come the cabinet members.
I'm Debbie Laziga. Eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard got the left lane closed because of a broken down vehicle, so that's going to add to your headaches. We already got delays from 76th Street all the way through to 35th. Westbound 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road, and then again from Highway 100 to Elm Grove Road, so give yourself that extra time. We also have problems on northbound 894 right about at Beloit Road. Center lane's blocked with a broken down vehicle there, backing things up through the hail in all directions. Rock Freeway starts to slow down around Highway 100, and westbound 894 starts to slow down around 92nd Street. But we've also got delays from 27th to about 60th anyway. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 72 lakeside. Considerably warmer if you're away from Lake Michigan. High of 86 inland under mostly sunny skies. Just a slight chance of showers late. And mainly clear tonight with our low dropping to 50 degrees. Right now it's 67 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs could face felony and misdemeanor charges following an arrest in Brown County. Police say that Jacobs was arrested Tuesday. Officers were investigating a disturbance complaint from over the weekend. Potential charges could include strangulation and suffocation, disorderly conduct, intimidation of a victim. Jacobs' legal team says he denies the allegations. Packers say they're aware of the situation but won't comment further as the investigation is ongoing. As we indicated, formal charges are still pending, and according to Brown County jail logs, Jacobs was in jail overnight. We are seeing reports that he is due in court later today.
No action being taken yet by the Wisconsin Center District Board of Directors regarding the future of its current president and CEO.
The board met in closed session for just over an hour Tuesday and declined to take any action related to the future of its president and CEO, Marty Brooks, who has drawn the ire of some board members over his commissioning of a best use study laying out plans for a potential convention center hotel on district property. Brooks has served in his position since 2018 and is under contract until 2028, a matter which the board would need to resolve if they decide to go a different direction. At the Baird Center, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Senior members of the Trump administration will gather at the White House today to discuss the war in Iran. ABC's Rachel Scott.
President Trump will be hosting a cabinet meeting here at the White House amid all of this uncertainty on whether there will be a deal with Iran and amid those escalating tensions. The president and senior administration officials had been optimistic about the progress of these talks, but this morning, still nothing has been finalized, and Iran is vowing retaliation after the U.S. launched what it called self-defensive strikes in the region.
That so-called ceasefire agreement has been in place since early April.
Senior members of the Trump administration will gather at the White House today to discuss the war in Iran. ABC's Rachel Scott.
President Trump will be hosting a cabinet meeting here at the White House amid all of this uncertainty on whether there will be a deal with Iran and amid those escalating tensions. The president and senior administration officials had been optimistic about the progress of these talks, but this morning, still nothing has been finalized, and Iran is vowing retaliation after the U.S. launched what it called self-defensive strikes in the region.
The U.S. and Iran have held a fragile ceasefire since early April.
The CDC now asking volunteers to help screen travelers arriving at U.S. airports for Ebola. ABC's Faith Abube.
Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, Texas, now one of just 3 entry points, along with Virginia's Washington Dulles and Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, for U.S. citizens who have been in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, or South Sudan in the last 3 weeks. Non-Americans are currently banned from entering the country if they've recently traveled to those areas.
At least 10 African nations bordering the Democratic Republic of Congo now at an elevated transmission risk.
Now that the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has knocked John Cornyn out of contention for his own Senate seat, national Republican leaders are scrambling to change their messaging.
The National Republican Senatorial Committee was clearly backing John Cornyn in his bid for a 5th term, taking swipes during the primary at what it called an incompetent Ken Paxton. Overnight, the committee took down online press releases that mentioned the new GOP nominee for U.S. Senate. Instead, the organization is going after Paxton's Democratic challenger, labeling James Tallarico a, quote, radical leftist who thinks God is non-binary. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Coming up, a frightening moment aboard a flight from Wisconsin. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:06.
WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha, and they've got something big going on. It's the Ford American Value. For American Values Employee Pricing Event. Right now, you pay what employees pay. That's employee pricing on a huge selection of new Fords. And here's what really stands out. Griffin Ford has one of the largest inventories in Wisconsin, so you're not settling. You're picking exactly what you want. Right now, they've got about 12 Ford Escapes left, starting under $30,000. 51 brand new 2026 Ford Explorers. That's the vehicle I have. All-wheel drive, in stock, starting under $40,000. I bought mine at Griffin. And just in time for Memorial Day weekend, Griffin Ford has more than 50 2025 and 2026 Ford F-150s in stock. Savings of up to $15,000 off when you're ready to hit the road. If you've been thinking about a new truck or SUV, this is the time. Stop into Griffin Ford on Main Street in Waukesha or shop online at griffinford.com. It's Griffin.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
The sentencing for former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan is now postponed. Dugan's attorneys asking the court to either enter a judgment of acquittal or order a new trial. Now, Dugan, you may remember, was convicted of felony obstruction. She helped an illegal immigrant avoid capture by federal immigration authorities. That happened inside the courthouse in 2025. Well, she faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. A hearing is now set for June 3rd, which was originally the date for sentencing.
On a flight that took off from Madison, a Delta Airlines pilot declaring a medical emergency in the air.
The Delta pilot declared a mid-air medical emergency when his co-pilot passed out during landing. It happened Saturday as the Delta Connection Endeavor Air flight from Madison, Wisconsin was landing in Detroit. The airline says the first officer briefly lost consciousness. Thankfully, the flight did land safely. That pilot regained consciousness and was taken to the hospital.
ABC's Gio Benitez.
The celebratory Girls on the Run 5K steps off Saturday morning at American Family Field.
The 5K run is the signature event of an 8-week after-school program that equips girls in grades 3 through 8 with essential life skills.
Programs like Girls on the Run are out there to help build up their confidence, and while they're doing it, they're having fun.
Tina Jones is the executive director. In Wisconsin, there are nearly 300 active school and community sites that host teams for Girls on the Run.
We train all of the coaches, and the school is the site where they're offering a safe space for these girls to practice.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Girls on the Run in its 19th year here in Wisconsin. Coming up on 8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-810-8599. That's 800-810-8599. 800-810-8599.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
There's not a bad time to better insulate your home, but there is a better time, and it's right now. Why would that be? Vince Vitrano here. Just talked with Jeff from USA Insulation, and Jeff told me they're always busy in the fall and early winter. That's when everybody's concerned about keeping the heat in during those cold months, which is great. And you can do that with blow-in, with bad insulation, or the proprietary injection foam. That's the stuff from USA Insulation that fills your walls. Well, that all does just as well, keeping your home cooler in the summer. Helps you save on your electric bills, and there's more room for your project, so you can turn that around quickly here in the spring and early summer months. Tell Jeff Vinny told you to. You want those government rebates and discounts that can save you thousands on the cost of your project. Get started at usainsulation.net.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, supporting communities and residents through advocacy, education, and service. Where you live matters. Get the answers you and your family need about assisted living in Wisconsin. Start with clear, trusted guidance by visiting whereyoulivematters.org today.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:12.
Eastbound 94, right about at Mitchell Boulevard. We have the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. Delays coming in from 76th Street to that point. Trouble on westbound 94 as well, right at 175 to go northbound in the stadium. We have the right shoulder blocked with a crash. Delays coming from 27th Street to that scene. Southbound 41 backing up from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol. Northbound slow from north past Burleigh. We've also got northbound on 894. A broken down vehicle was in traffic at Beloit Road. That has been moved over to the right. However, the damage is done. We got backups from before Highway 100 on the Rock Freeway through the Hale. Westbound is backed up from around 76th Street all the way in through the Hale interchange as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Boy, if we didn't desperately need some rain, we would be discussing what a ridiculously amazing stretch of weather we are enjoying at the moment. Mostly sunny skies today. High of 72 Lakeside, 86 inland, just a slight chance of some showers late in the day. Skies mainly clear overnight with a low dropping to 50. Milwaukee right now is at 64.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Coming up on 8:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We get to the latest on what we're learning about Packers running back Josh Jacobs, who was arrested this week and appears to have spent the night in the Brown County Jail. We'll do that in our next segment as we're getting new information about his situation and how that may play out this morning. I do want to spend a bit of time on this, and we got some interesting reaction because we brought it up earlier in the show today. Do you remember how our generation? Now, you claim not to be a Gen Xer now. Is that new for you?
I've never.
I mean, you're
said
younger
I was
than
a
I
Gen-
am.
I'm like that weird Y / my. I'm on the very back end of Gen X.
Right, and then but you don't take on a lot of the characteristics of the millennials.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm
there's
too
this-
old to
my
be a
sister's
millennial.
kind of in that as
Yeah.
well. She's considerably
There's like
younger
a
than me.
7-year gap there, 5-year gap.
So this sort of Gen Y, the tweener
Yeah.
generation. Nonetheless, we're a couple of older dudes. Right? All right.
I'll let you tell
Are
it.
you okay? No. So our generation, this much, you agree with me on this about what I'm about to share.
Absolutely.
Right? Yes.
100%.
So we had this similar experience. Our generation, you remember how we looked at, how our parents looked at, how society looked at blue-collar work.
It's not going to be like grammar school, that's why. You're taking your college courses, and me, Teddy, and Vern will be in the shop courses with the rest of the making ashtrays and birdhouses.
That's Stand By Me. Remember, these are the movies that we grew up with in the 80s. The smart kids, the redeemable kids, they weren't in shop class. How about Breakfast Club?
You seen some of the don'ts that take shop? I take shop.
Okay, it's Anthony Michael Hall, remember? Brian was failing shop, couldn't make the lamp bender. I take shop. So, you know who took shop was not talented, skilled, or creative people who wanted to work with their hands and enter the trades and do valuable work, but they were people who weren't smart enough to go to college. That's who society told us took those types of classes. I know, and I don't speak ill of our parents of our generation, but certainly our parents told us, you got to go to college. You got to go to college. You don't want to work in a factory somewhere, do you? You don't want to have one of these. You have to go to college. And that's the ticket. And to some degree, statistics have borne that out, that traditionally with a college education, you were more likely to enter one of the higher income brackets, right? It didn't always play out case by case, but generally speaking, that was the way to...
The trend would go that way.
Yes,
right?
a brighter, more sustainable financial future. Well, it's taken a while, but that whole mentality of you're somehow not smart if you enter the trades, rightly so, is starting to change. And here's a great example of that, an event that's happening in my hometown of Wauwatosa.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Kind of took a minute to get to the happening today, didn't it?
That's all right.
I thought it was worth the setup, right?
Yeah, that's
Happening today.
Just tell me what's happening today. So they have this industry signing day for both East and West High School today. And industry signing today is, you know how high schools, when they have a star athlete, sign with a big school? I'll use Tosa East as an example since we're in Tosa. Devin Harris, he signed with the Badgers, right? And they make a big deal out of it.
Did he have a hat on the table that he picked up?
If I
and put
recall
on?
correctly, right? Put on
Ball
the Wisconsin
cap.
hat, right? And usually coaches there and the media's there, and
Yeah.
it's a big deal. So that's not new. But schools then started expanding that out, first beyond just the star athletes, and started making it why don't we celebrate all our athletes who are going to play sports at the next level, even D3 kids like me.
Yep.
You know, just you're going to go on and play a sport in school, and that should be celebrated. So we have signing day for all the athletes. Your son is a runner.
Yep, he had one. Yep.
So you got the big sign. Did he put on the hat?
He was wearing a sweatshirt already.
Okay, the Whitewater
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now more schools are expanding that out even more. Some include academics. I had my buddy Scott texted me today. Said, do you know of any that celebrate military? And I believe at Greendale, I remember that from my kids, they would bring reps from the various branches, and students who had committed to joining the military in some fashion would be celebrated as well.
Yeah.
So you have those kind of signing days. Well, in Tosa today, it's industry signing day.
Happening today.
All
right.
Now let's get to it. Look, the show's 4 hours, E. We got a little
Stretch
bit
it a
of
little
room.
bit. Okay,
Glad
all
you're
right.
with us. From Tosa Schools, 39 Wauwatosa High School students will be recognized during the 6th annual Industry Signing Day, a celebrated event where students formally commit to entering various industries after graduation, much like athletes do with colleges. You want a quote? Get your quote.
Yes.
This event is about celebrating students who are taking the first step in their careers. The coursework and programming we offer have led the students to be qualified to start a registered apprenticeship in any of the skilled building trades. That's technology education teacher Craig Griffey. Without regard for signing day activities per se, I do think this is amazing and right on track. I didn't share this earlier, but some of the companies that will be there and sending representatives today, big names. C.G. Schmidt, you've heard of that. J.P. Cullen, J.H. Findorf, you see them on the cranes, right? If you see any of their something's being built, they got a big old crane, and it's oftentimes their company that's on that. Westfall Electric, I see them here. Bolt Construction, Mid-City Plumbing, I mean, just to name a few. Milwaukee Tool. These companies are going to be there and celebrate these people because they desperately need people to do that work. Again, careers in the trades are in extraordinarily high demand. Many, if not most of them, pay extremely well. Your quickest ticket might be right now to a six-figure salary. It may no longer be a finance major and paying off a whole bunch of student debt. It might be as a welder or a steam fitter or an electrician. And more importantly, if that better fits your skill set and what you want to do and who you want to be, that should be celebrated, certainly not denigrated.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of reflections from people when we brought this up earlier. This on the WTMJ Siding Unlimited talk and text line. Yes, skilled trades. Some make $125 before they walk in the door. Plumber, electrician. Some jobs will not be able to cross over to AI. Good point about AI and what is the future and what's that doing. AI maybe can help you learn how to fix something, but I don't have what do they call what's the plumber's wrench called? Channel locks.
You don't have that in the app?
I remember my wife's uncle being very disappointed. Hey, Vetrano, where's your channel locks at? Like, I don't even know what that is, man. But I do know I don't have one, right? Much less know how to use it. So sure, go ahead on YouTube or go ask AI how to fix your sink. Okay, but I don't know how to do this. Here's another one. Thanks for sharing the story about schools celebrating the trades. My son has a very unique path to beginning his journey. Now, he actually went to college. He said he just finished up at Marquette University, was a student athlete. Many of his teammates are going on to finance or business careers. He decided to go to trade school and become a plumber. We're very proud of him for not conforming to the norm. And I do also want to say this. I think there's value in attending college if that's a good track for you, just for the sake of learning. Great. If you then later want to enter the trades or something, fine. If that's affordable to you and you can do it.
Education, not a bad thing.
I am not dumping on higher education or saying that we shouldn't have that. I'm just saying that it might not be the track for everybody. And for those who have other skills and desires in life, we should celebrate that. And we certainly shouldn't say what we used to say of that's somehow a lesser than career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And again, you mentioned, this is not unique to TOSA.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Other schools do this. Yeah.
Celebrate.
Which is great. It's
my
fantastic.
wife taught for many years in Hartford. And I remember she used to take her car into the shop class and they would change the oil. And you could take your car. All you had to do was pay for whatever materials they did. And they would do the stuff because they were working on automotive. And that was a huge thing for them in Hartford and other tech sectors. And at the time, 25 years ago or whatever, that was very unique, I thought. But more and more, we need exactly these kind of careers, and I think they're on the right track there in TOSA.
What do you know about trigonometry? I could care less about trigonometry. Bender, did you know without trigonometry there'd be no engineering? Without lamps, there'd be no light.
Without lamps, there'd be no light. Bender, wise beyond his years, Deb.
Quite, yes. All right, here's what we got going on now. Trouble on westbound 94. We do have a crash right in the stadium interchange off of the right shoulder. Delays from about 27th Street past that scene all the way to Hawley Road. We also have that broken down vehicle on northbound 894 around Beloit Road. That's out of traffic now, but the damage is done. We got delays coming up from the Rock Freeway from before Highway 100 all the way up to the Beloit Road area. We've also got eastbound 94 backing up from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Southbound 43, a little heavy from Good Hope Road to Bender, and then back on the brakes just before Hampton all the way down towards Locust. And then southbound 41, a heavy ride from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
And my wife goes to Shopko Optical now, too. Vince Vitrano here, Shopko Optical, the place for your whole family's eye care needs. Now, my wife and one of my daughters, they've long needed glasses or contacts. For me, this is still a relatively new thing. And now that I'm getting annual eye exams at Shopko Optical, I'm asking myself, why didn't I go to the eye doctor sooner, especially since I've been paying for vision benefits? And they cover so much of the cost, including on frames and custom lenses that are now built for my eyes. Having your kids' vision checked, that should be part of an annual healthcare routine for your family. Spring into savings with great deals on contacts or half off that second pair of glasses. Always, the whole family will be looking great, seeing clearly with the experts at Shopko Optical. Get started now at shopko.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like Blaine's Farm and Fleet camp chairs. Buy one, get one 60% off. 20% off assorted fishing rods and reels, tackle, and apparel. And save $50 on select Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Car Edge. The stress of car buying is finally a thing of the past. Car Edge negotiates with local dealerships for you, keeping your personal info private. With an average of 20 plus years of dealership experience, Car Edge experts know every trick in the book, saving you time and money. No sales calls, no wasted hours playing games at a dealership, just the best deal on the car you want. WTMJ fans get 20% off. Call 414-667-7413 or visit caredge.com/WTMJ for a free no obligation consultation today.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com.
Now, this morning, instead of reporting to 1265 Lombardi Avenue for OTA's practice, Packers star running back Josh Jacobs is still in the Brown County Jail.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Jail log from overnight lists the veteran running back as an inmate. Jacobs arrested this week in a Green Bay suburb. Here's how it sounded on NBC 26 News in Green Bay.
Packers star running back Josh Jacobs has been arrested and booked on several charges, including domestic violence. The Hobart Lawrence Police Department says it was dispatched to a disturbance involving Jacobs on Saturday morning.
Hobart is just to the west of Green Bay. If you know the area, it's around the airport.
Okay.
So
pretty close.
Yeah, it's, for lack of a better description, it's a Green Bay suburb. It abuts up, I believe, directly to the Green Bay city limits, but it's right there by Green Bay. Yeah. Jacobs, about to begin his third year with the Packers. He was arrested on Tuesday following an incident on Saturday. Here are the accusations, and I don't call them charges because no formal charges have yet been filed, but the recommended charges from the police would be battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, strangulation and suffocation, intimidation of a victim. 2 of those recommended charges are felonies. Now, we know that from the Hobart Lawrence Police Department, they have combined emergency services. Lawrence is like Hobart, same location anyway, in those 2 communities. Jacobs' attorneys and the Green Bay Packers both issuing statements. Back to NBC 26 News in Green Bay.
In a statement released via his attorneys, Jacobs said, quote, he vehemently denies the allegations. In a statement released to The Athletic, the Packers said they are aware of the incident but have no further comment because it's a, quote, ongoing legal situation.
I want to add this further from Jacobs' attorneys. This matter is in the early stages of investigation with important evidence that has not yet been made public. We ask for fairness and restraint while the judicial process takes its course. As I indicated, it appears he spent the night in the Brown County Jail. No formal charges have yet been issued, and I don't see a court appearance on the docket as of this morning. There is a report out there that he's due in court this afternoon, which makes sense.
Right, because there would be intake. He'd go through that process if he were officially charged. And then, I mean, if there's evidence, I mean, there could be any number of things. Charges ultimately could lead to a trial, could lead to a plea deal, could lead to them being dropped. I mean, there are so many. This is so early on in the process before it even gets to what the Packers would ultimately make a decision on.
Or the NFL.
Or the NFL, right?
What their, I can't remember what they call their policy, but as they govern players, there are automatic suspensions that occur if this, then that, and all of those things. But right, the cart's way before the horse here. We don't even have a criminal complaint, which when those charges are filed, then you'd have much more detail about what are we talking about here.
Yeah, and where the alleged victim is in all this. Obviously, they've been working with her, and what they've spoken with the victim on is what led to them to ultimately arrest him.
You can't just hold somebody forever without charges, which is why we suggest an afternoon court appearance timeline, as has been reported in only one spot as I can see, but not yet showing up in court records. That makes perfect sense. Packers, by the way, have their second day of OTA practice today. Certainly not the way that he wanted to start things, but head coach Matt LaFleur has a previously scheduled availability with the media. That's set for later this morning. You would expect him not to say much, be more in line with what the organization has said. Can't comment. It's a pending legal matter. So that is all ahead today in Green Bay. 8:30 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I'm Mark Olson with Redo Cabinets. Redo Cabinets is a family business serving homeowners for over 70 years. Now we're in Milwaukee and ready to share with homeowners the benefits of refacing and not replacing those old kitchen cabinets. At Redo Cabinets, we use premium cabinet facings made right here in the USA. You select from dozens of colors, styles, hardware choices, and accessories. And during our Memorial Day event, you could get big savings. 50% off installation of a kitchen remodeling project and a free sink and faucet. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. That's right, 2027. Incredible savings. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us at redocabinets.com. That's redocabinets.com. Serving homeowners for over 70 years in Illinois and Wisconsin. Don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
When it comes to the last frontier, nobody knows the great land like Princess Cruises, and our Alaska sailings are ready for you. Princess has been the leader in Alaska for decades, taking more guests to Glacier Bay National Park than any other line. At Fox World Travel, we specialize in pairing you with the perfect Princess itinerary to see North America's highest peaks and most incredible wildlife. Join the hundreds of Wisconsin travelers who trust Fox to get them to the heart of the wild. Secure your stateroom today. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. No signs of progress yet in talks between the U.S. and Iran. Days after President Trump announced a deal had been largely negotiated. The president meets with his entire cabinet later this morning. One person dead, 9 unaccounted for after a chemical tank ruptured in Washington state.
The facility, which employs about 1,000 people, makes a variety of paper goods. Officials say the 900,000-gallon tank contains white liquor, a mixture of chemicals that can burn the skin or burn the lungs if inhaled. Efforts to find other victims temporarily called off overnight because the chemicals remaining in the tank made it too volatile.
ABC's Melissa Adon. President Trump had a post this morning calling former President Joe Biden a crooked politician after Biden sued the Department of Justice. The lawsuit looking to stop the release of recordings that were central to a special counsel probe around his handling of classified documents. This is ABC News.
We still have an accident on westbound 94, right about at 175, right in the stadium interchange there. It is off on the right shoulder, but something you want to keep an eye out for as you're heading through that area. We still have backups anyway from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from 70th Street to 35th. Southbound on 41, a heavy ride from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Northbound's backed up before Mayfair Road all the way past Burleigh. And then we've got some delays on southbound 43, a little bit past Good Hope Road to Bender, and again just before Hampton all the way down to about Locust. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast a high of 72 Lakeside, 86 inland under mostly sunny skies with just a slight chance of a showers late today. Milwaukee's at 69. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Often running on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial up 168 points to 50,630. S&P 500 is at 7524. That's up 5 points. The NASDAQ is up 26 to 26,682. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic is brought to you by Groundmasters. Groundmasters, don't just manage your property, master it.
Flowers, trees, shrubs, hardscapes. Whatever your property needs, Groundmasters does it all. From design to install to maintenance, Groundmasters has your property covered.
Coming up, looking for volunteers, but who's going to raise their hands for this?
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala. Nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ishnala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ishnala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ishnala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ishnala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ishnala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Hey everybody, Debbie Lazaga here for Access Legal. I see firsthand how hard Wisconsin workers push themselves, from the construction crews on the roads that I monitor every day to the countless jobs that strain the body over time. For many, that wear and tear turns into real pain. My friends at Access Legal understand what you're going through, and they want to help. Their team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers, and they'll fight for the benefits you're entitled to as well. Worn down by work? Contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation. That's AXIS Legal.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. And there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
No, we've been keeping an eye on this Ebola situation, and it's gotten to a point now where an urgent request has been made. The CDC sending an urgent request to its workforce to recruit personnel. Hey, we need volunteers. What are they asking these volunteers to do? To help screen passengers coming from Central Africa for any potential signs of Ebola. That is what the email says.
The Atlanta airport is one of only 3 entry points right now where U.S. citizens coming in from Ebola-impacted area can fly into. JFK will start tomorrow. However, right now, the CDC is asking for volunteers, asking for help to screen these passengers, check their temperature, scan for the virus before they can walk through those doors and into the community.
So, a couple of things there. One, obviously, they want to make sure that they're preventing any entry points from being breached, if you will, here in the States. They want to keep Ebola out of the country. But the other, hey, we need help. And they're not asking just any random people. They're asking their workforce, hey, who can help us with this in these 3 sites?
But not everybody in that workforce is some sort of medical professional. Right? You could work for the CDC in any number of bureaucratic positions. You could work for, I don't know that they've extended that to, but they're
asking the finance department,
right?
Hey, accountants, we need you.
In your free time, though, can you go stand next to people who might have Ebola?
Now, let's give them some credit. The CDC would do it the right way, right? They're not just going to put people at risk. They want to
believe you're correct.
They want to prevent that, right? And they know how to do that the safest way possible, right?
Then I'll let you sign up, right? If you're the desk next to me, you go ahead.
That's the request, though, right? You're
appreciate it. And they do have to do that if they're going to continue to allow flights. And before you suggest, well, why are so many people from Africa coming here or whatever? It could be people who've traveled. It could be American citizens. It could be any number of people who probably, if you're in that region, would like very much to get home. But you do have to work actively to contain this. And so that screening is important. Believe there was some screening during COVID, was there not? For when there were flight restrictions that were put in
definitely
place,
restrictions.
And then, but so this isn't anything that we haven't seen already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't remember.
This has
number
happened
of
more
places.
than just during COVID,
right.
too.
Yes, of course.
This has been in place before. But this Ebola case so far has started to rapidly grow enough where more decisions are being made, more urgent requests have come from other areas as well.
Including that one, 840 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We got Brewers 360 coming up next. What do we got for Level? We're going to talk about the Uribe thing?
Got to.
What that was about?
A couple of conversations about pitchers, I think, that need to be made.
And who's about to wear one for the Brewers right out of the gate today. 840 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Checking in with Debbie first here, time saver traffic.
We've got delays westbound 94, basically from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. In the midst of that, there is an accident westbound 94 at 175 northbound. That's in the stadium interchange, so heads up with that. On the eastbound side, we got backups basically from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton down to Capitol, northbound from Mayfair up to Capitol. And then on southbound 43, mostly your delays are going to be basically from Hampton all the way down past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Vince Petrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Summer sports season. First tennis match yesterday. Woo! That's in Tuesday League, not Thursday League.
Awesome. Exciting. How'd you do? You won, I'm sure.
I won, so.
Yes, as you usually
As
do.
I'm sure a lot of folks would like to hear about. We can talk about it with Levering next, right? Yes. Look,
Coming up on Brewers,
whether it's you, maybe it's tennis or pickleball, or you're training for a big race, or maybe one of your kids are involved in sports, or dance, or track, lacrosse. You see where I'm going with this. From time to time, there are going to be injuries in your home. And it's maybe that, or it could be something that's just sort of bothering you. It's been holding you back, that constantly sore knee, the elbow that never feels right. All of these are great candidates for a stop in at an Ortho ASAP clinic. And don't wait in line with sick people at the hospital. Ortho ASAP clinics have hours every day of the week. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Save big on landscaping projects at Menards. Transform your outdoor living space with easy, no-cut block projects. From fire pits and grill stations to planters and fountains. We offer hundreds of free project plans that are easy to build with no block cutting required. Easily make a raised garden bed using our garden blocks. On sale now through May 31st. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at ACCUNET.com.
The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Brewers broadcaster Jeff Levery.
Are you aware of this report that Sproat was seen getting out of a DeLorean time machine from the 1982 Brewers squad?
Is it just the mustache and the hair, the way and the pants, the tight pants? Every time he pitches, all I think about is the Will Ferrell sketch from the Jimmy Fallon show with the tight pants. I got my tight pants on. Yeah. Don't wake the snake.
This is Brewers 360.
Everybody's talking about my tight pants.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Potawatomi Sportsbook and Ridgetop. Before we bring in Level, can you, because we want to talk about Uribe, you want to set him up with, well, how it sounded here on WTMJ?
Yeah, so on the radio call, we chuckled when we heard this from Lane, Jeff. This is Lane referring to the Abner Uribe celebration after the strikeout in the 8th inning.
Well, that was another level of celebration from Abner, and he's got a pretty high bar.
Bringing in Brewers play-by-play man Jeff Levering this morning. So it's the 8th inning. Abner Uribe is in relief and pitching well and gets a strikeout and then does a ×3 sort of cross-check pelvic thrust.
Yeah.
Did I describe that accurately, Jeff?
I would say that is an accurate description, yes. And I will just follow that up with, I'm just glad it was a strike.
Because it almost wasn't. They challenged.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, it was a challenged pitch, and if that would have been a ball, I think that we could have had some serious fireworks after that. I think that the appropriate measures were made by Pat Murphy after the ball game, and I honestly thought, I wasn't sure what Murph was going to do because he was on the top step, standing on the warning track and waiting for Abner to come back into the dugout after that. He was not pleased. He has been disciplined since, and I'm sure that will not happen again.
It'll be interesting, and I know that the Cardinals did mention that after the game that they saw Murphy and saw that he was handling it, quote unquote. But there was a comment made by Ivan Herrera, who he and Abner had a little bit of a look and were chirping a little bit there during their at bat in the 8th inning, and he said what he did was disrespectful to the whole team, and that, if I'm quoting here from the newspaper report, I hope we take care of it and move on. So I don't know what
translate
that means.
that for us, Jeff?
Yeah, well, it could go in a number of different ways, but I feel like, and we had a shot on our TV broadcast that we didn't air, but Murph and Ollie Marmol got each other's attention in between the innings, and it was, hey, listen, you and me, we're going to talk after the ball game is over, and I'm going to apologize. That's not okay. So I think that they took care of it in that aspect.
Cool.
There may be some retaliation today. All right, you get one, but we'll see. I believe that it's kind of water under the bridge at this point, and the appropriate parties have been disciplined appropriately.
Is there like a tribute? Does like Murph offer up a player? Okay, you can hit this guy.
Here's what we're going to do. The bat boy is going to bat leadoff today. You can plunk him in the chest if you want.
Yeah, we're going to throw Henry Rowengartner in there, and you get one, and that's going to be your guy, and that's it. No, I don't know if they do anything like that. I just, more than anything, I just think it's water under the bridge at this point. Abner knows what he did was not right and not appropriate, and it's just not the way that the Brewers handle their business.
All right, we really should be talking about another amazing performance by Kyle Harrison on the hill. You know, Eric made the point earlier. What if he weren't pitching the night after Mizorowski, we'd be talking even more about him.
Totally. So, I mean, he's got the lowest earned run average through 10 starts in Brewers franchise history. Pat CC Sabathia yesterday. It's just another great performance from Harrison. And he talks about pitching after Miz, and he goes, the two of us kind of push each other, which is great. The rest of the rotation pushes each other. But the fact that Harrison goes right after Mizorowski, it's like, hey, I'm playing with house money. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to pitch my game. I'm going to do my thing. I don't throw 103.6 miles an hour. I'm going to go out there and do what I do. And he puts a lot of pressure on himself. And this is the first time that he's really had a long leash to be successful. And he has taken it and he has run with it. He hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any start this year, fellas. It's a remarkable run what Kyle Harrison's done.
What does he do so well?
He just commands the baseball to me, and the development of that breaking pitch that he throws, the slurve. He's almost thrown the changeup out. He throws it every now and again, but it's just fastball slurve at this point, and he throws those things out of the same tunnel, so it looks the same coming out of his hand to the hitters. But the fastball will rise, and then the slurve will break down and into right-handed hitters, so it looks the same, and you almost have to make a choice as it comes out of his hand. Is this thing going to be up in a fastball, or is this going to be down in a breaking ball at the moment he releases the pitch?
Levo, is that something that later in the season batters will be able to understand and maybe hit better against? You know what I mean? After they see more of Kyle Harrison and we get to seeing some of the teams, particularly in the NL Central, again for a second or a third time?
Well, let's hope not. But I think
Right.
that I think he varies his stuff so much that he's not super predictable on when he's going to be throwing those pitches in particular counts. I mean, he was basically 85% fastballs the first time through against the Cubs, and he didn't have to throw anything else, and he dominated the Cubs in that appearance. So as long as he's locating his pitches and he's on the right page with William Contreras or Gary Sanchez on whatever night he's throwing, he's going to be fine. He's just on such a roll right now. Just run with it.
How's that trade working out with the Red Sox? Red Sox are in last place in the AL East, and we got Shane Drowan as well in the Harrison deal,
Yeah.
and David Hamilton. Was he at shortstop last night?
Yeah, he was a short. Yeah, he had a couple of really great plays. One in the hole on a ground ball, and then he had the leaping catch in shallow left center too. And you know, he's got so much great speed too. I think the Brewers won that trade. If I'm sitting there as a Red Sox fan, and I don't read the message boards from the Boston Red Sox fan base, but I would say that since, I don't know, April 1st, that those have been lighting up.
Well, they're unhappy on a random Wednesday anyway over there in Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
Afternoon baseball for you at American Family Field. Look forward to the call. Thanks, my friend.
You got to take care, guys.
10 minutes
3-2
before.
is a liner and a jumping catch by Hamilton. It's short. Oh, goodness gracious. Took a drop step, then had to backpedal, timed the jump perfectly, and snatched that thing out of the air. Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
Come on and cheer us, superstar.
One more time before 9 o'clock with the cars, Debbie.
Rightio. Eastbound on 94. We do still have delays coming in from about 76th Street all the way to 27th. We've also got a broken down vehicle right about at 35th Street off on the right shoulder, so careful with that. Westbound is backing up out of the 27th Street area all the way to about Hawley Road. There is a crash right at the ramp to northbound 175 there too. Southbound 41 heavy from Good Hope Road to Capitol, northbound from Mayfair up to Capitol, and southbound 43 a little heavy from Good Hope Road to Bender Road, and then from Capitol Drive down past Locust. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Bo from Ridgetop Exteriors. Your home should be the one place that you feel completely comfortable and safe, but old, drafty windows can steal that feeling. At Ridgetop Exteriors, we bring that peace of mind back. As Wisconsin's leading Pella Premier contractor, we install beautiful, secure windows and doors that can save you up to 40% on your energy bills. Get a home full of new Pella windows for as low as $198 a month. Learn more at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
Sorens, Robert. He was a nice young man in my biology class.
I remember one day we dissected frogs, and Mr. Soren stayed late after class and sewed all the frogs' organs back into place.
Every Ford dealer offers the same factory rebates and low financing, but nobody has lower prices than Soren's. Buy your next vehicle from the nice guys. Soren's Ford on Capitol Drive in Brookfield. Visit SOERENS.com.
Did the Greek gods ever sleep?
Huh?
Did Aphrodite have a heart-shaped bed?
Maybe.
Did Hades, god of the underworld, sleep on a trundle bed?
I think the Greek gods would have loved the Nevaeh bedroom from Penny Mustard.
Nevaeh is heaven backwards.
A bedroom fit for a king.
You mean a Zeus?
But not Poseidon. He'd have a waterbed.
The Nevaeh bedroom, starting at just $168 a month, with no interest and no payments till May of 2029. Through May 31st at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ. Stories of the outdoors of Wisconsin and beyond as we celebrate everything in recreation. This week, let's talk barbecue. It's summer in Wisconsin. It's hot out, hopefully. And we're all going to be grilling brats and burgers. Let's have some fun talking about barbecue with one of our great partners here at WTMJ. That's coming up.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, today, you know what's happening within the hour here?
I do. I can't stop thinking about it.
Happening today.
Happening, around 9:30-ish, our guy, John Mercure, is going to meet his bird, the peregrine falcon, that's named after him. Remember We Energies did this thing? So John Mercure will meet Flown Mercure, his new bird pet. And John joins us now on Wisconsin's Morning News. John, are you nervous?
I am a little nervous. A bird pet. I like that. I wonder if I can take the little guy home with me.
Yeah, just let's clarify. I don't think you do. You're not under the impression that you get to take the bird with you.
No, but you know, the cool thing is, for the first time, they're putting a little transmitter on the bird, so we'll be able to keep track of where the bird is, whether it hangs out in port or flies down to the Florida Keys, so it should be kind of cool.
So where are you? You're in Port Washington?
Yep, I'm in Port Washington, getting near the power station. I've never been in a power station. I'm excited to be in the power plant.
So when you get there, what are you going to be able to do? Is there some pomp and pageantry involved with this?
I think so. I think I get to meet the little bird, my bird pet, and then I think I get to talk to the bird, take pictures with the bird. They put the band and the transmitter on the bird while we're there. And I think they're going to explain to us how the bird lives, where the bird goes, all that sort of thing. And I'm going to try to, I like your idea, Eric. I think I'm going to try to stick it in my jacket pocket and see if I can get it back to the station.
Hey, in all seriousness, we're enjoying teasing you about this, but I know you've covered this on your show on an annual basis when they talk about the peregrine falcon chicks. And there is an important reason that We Energies is involved in this every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is a really good point. I mean, these are highly endangered birds, and the birds, because of the structures that We Energy has in our area, for decades have found the structures attractive. They're high. They look down on the lake and the beach where the food sources are. And so We Energies took it upon themselves after the birds accidentally found them to say, you know what, we're going to be leaders in protecting these birds and helping this species thrive. And every year, I think this year they have about 10 little eggs that they think are going to hatch. And I've been told that about a half to a third of them survive more than a year. So I'm hoping that my bird is tougher than Niznansky's and that my bird survives, but about a third of them will survive. So I want to see bird fight. Bird fight.
I think that's the opposite.
Don't tell that to the We Energies
exact
people.
opposite of what we're trying to do here, John.
It says here that there is a tiny transmitter that will allow for the first time now that for them to be able to track each bird's location in real time.
Oh, cool.
So almost like...
Yeah.
So can you do that? Like, will you be able to track it, or will you be able to check in with We Energies to see where your bird is at?
I think I'm going to be able to check in with We Energies. I was hoping that, great question, that it would be like an app, or there would be something that
right.
I could use or the station could use, but I think I'm going to need to check in with We Energies, but I don't know. I'll know more in a little bit here. They haven't given us a lot of information, to be honest with you. They've kind of built it up to come meet your bird. We'll tell you everything you know when you get there. I'm pretty excited, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty jazzed to meet this little bird.
Okay, make us all proud up there, okay?
I will, guys.
All right, buddy. Enjoy.
Let's go.
Flown Mercure and John Mercure will meet in one half hour from now. Thank you, buddy.
See you guys.
Wow, that's a strong bird.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Developer John Spheris is proposing a high-end ranch-style housing community in Sussex, where homes would average about $1.5 million in value. Milwaukee County is poised to overhaul how it funds the arts, with a new proposal sending bigger grants to major cultural institutions while carving out support for smaller and emerging groups. An industrial building in Pleasant Prairie's Lakeview Corporate Park has sold for $9.15 million, with Stainless Products, an affiliate of Central States Industrial, expected to move into the facility. I'm Juan Lasso with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford needs line cooks and dishwashers. You'll make real money. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Contact the Mineshaft today and start next week.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Celebrate active aging at the Enjoy Life Symposium. Join Capri communities and adults 55 plus for a free high-energy day at the Enjoy Life Acting Aging Symposium. Live entertainment, a senior fashion show, and speakers like, get this, Melinda Myers and Chef Michael Fecker, the Ukulades, and Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. Capri Communities brings it all together for one unforgettable day, Wednesday, June 10th at Elmbrook Church in Brookfield. Register now at EnjoyLifeSymposium.com, and to be entered to win a Green Bay game day experience, that's EnjoyLifeSymposium.com.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
I'm Mark Olson with Redo Cabinets. Redo Cabinets is a family business serving homeowners for over 70 years. Now we're in Milwaukee and ready to share with homeowners the benefits of refacing and not replacing those old kitchen cabinets. At Redo Cabinets, we use premium cabinet facings made right here in the USA. You select from dozens of colors, styles, hardware choices, and accessories. And during our Memorial Day event, you could get big savings. 50% off installation of a kitchen remodeling project and a free sink and faucet. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. That's right, 2027. Incredible savings. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us at redocabinets.com. That's redocabinets.com. Serving homeowners for over 70 years in Illinois and Wisconsin. Don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
The birds fly north from St. Louis.
Attention passengers.
Heavy turbulence ahead.
Pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone.
The Brewers take on the Cardinals today in Milwaukee.
Wild Bill, a 3-run shot.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 12:05.
Hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Wednesday, May 27th. Our top story, Packers running back Josh Jacobs arrested in Brown County.
I'm Eric Bilstead, calling for more security at a transit hub downtown.
High of 72 Lakeside, 86 degrees. Your high temperature away from Lake Michigan today. Skies are mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers late in the day. And overnight, a low of 50 degrees. Milwaukee right now at 69. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs could face multiple criminal charges following a weekend disturbance investigation in Brown County.
Police say Jacobs was arrested Tuesday on charges including felony strangulation and suffocation, along with several domestic abuse-related misdemeanor charges. Hobart Lawrence police say they responded to a disturbance call over the weekend. Further details have not yet been shared as formal charges are still pending. Jacobs' attorneys say he vehemently denies the allegations. The Packers say they're aware of the situation, but declined further comment because the investigation is ongoing. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Safety concerns growing at Milwaukee's intermodal station.
The Milwaukee Commission on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assaults is now calling for more security, better lighting, and additional cameras at the downtown transit hub. The recommendations come after a woman was sexually assaulted at the station in April. 31-year-old Cephas Johnson was charged after investigators say he climbed over a bathroom stall and assaulted the victim before security responded. The commission is also recommending more trauma-informed staff training, emergency alert systems, and restroom ambassadors to help prevent future incidents. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
We are following breaking news from the Iranian war, where Iranian state TV is reporting that the U.S. will end the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz and that it will be reopened. Again, this is according to Iranian state media announcing initial details of a memorandum of understanding. This is the peace talks had been ongoing in that area following Iranian self-defense strikes from the U.S. against Iranian missile sites. The White House will be hosting a cabinet meeting with President Trump and his cabinet members later today. We expect this obviously to be brought up. Officials say the ceasefire is still holding. Again, Iranian state TV announcing that the U.S. will end its blockade and that Iran will open the strait. We'll see if this holds.
The CDC sending an urgent request to its workforce. They're trying to recruit personnel to help screen passengers who are coming to the U.S. from Central Africa for any potential signs of Ebola.
The Atlanta airport is one of only 3 entry points right now where U.S. citizens coming in from Ebola-impacted area can fly into. JFK will start tomorrow. However, right now, the CDC is asking for volunteers, asking for help to screen these passengers, check their temperature, scan for the virus before they can walk through those doors and into the community.
ABC's Faith Abube reporting U.S. one of several countries tightening travel restrictions now amid the rapidly growing outbreak.
At least one person is dead. 9 others remain missing after a chemical tank at a paper mill in Longview, Washington, ruptured. ABC's Melissa Adan.
The facility, which employs about 1,000 people, makes a variety of paper goods. Officials say the 900,000-gallon tank contains white liquor, a mixture of chemicals that can burn the skin or burn the lungs if inhaled. Efforts to find other victims temporarily called off overnight because the chemicals remaining in the tank made it too volatile.
The cause of that blast still being investigated.
The sentencing for former Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan now postponed. Dugan's attorneys asking the court to either enter a judgment of acquittal or order a new trial. Now, Dugan was convicted of felony obstruction. She helped an illegal immigrant evade capture from federal immigration authorities inside the courthouse last year. She faces a maximum penalty 5 years in prison. Hearing now set for June 3rd, which was the original date set for sentencing.
On to the quarterfinals for a middle school student from New Berlin in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Ethan Robert, 13 years old. He was asked to spell the word Gormaki in round 1.
Gormaki.
Gormaki. G-U-R-M-U-K-H-I. Gormaki. That is correct.
Can't even pronounce
it right, much less spell it.
Gormaki.
I'd have been out after the second letter. What did he say? G-U-R-M.
G-U-R-M.
I thought it was a G-O.
Yeah, Gormaki. He also provided the correct definition for the word prosperous in round 2. Now, this kid made it to 10th place last year. We'll see if he can beat that.
He's in the mix.
Oh, yeah. He knows what he's doing. He competes again, quarterfinals today in the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. So Eric shared the news about the potential opening of the Strait of Hormuz could be contributing to the Dow Jones Industrial up 250 points already to 50,706. S&P 500 is up 8 points to 7527, and the Nasdaq at 26,677. That is up 21 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 9:08.
WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha, and they've got something big going on. It's the Ford American Value. For American Value's employee pricing event. Right now, you pay what employees pay. That's employee pricing on a huge selection of new Fords. And here's what really stands out. Griffin Ford has one of the largest inventories in Wisconsin, so you're not settling. You're picking exactly what you want. Right now, they've got about 12 Ford Escapes left, starting under $30,000. 51 brand new 2026 Ford Explorers. That's the vehicle I have. All-wheel drive, in stock, starting under $40,000. I bought mine at Griffin. And just in time for Memorial Day weekend, Griffin Ford has more than 50 2025 and 2026 Ford F-150s in stock. Savings of up to $15,000 off when you're ready to hit the road. If you've been thinking about a new truck or SUV, this is the time. Stop into Griffin Ford on Main Street in Waukesha or shop online at griffinford.com. It's Griffin.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
Everywhere you turn, it's plus, plus, plus. But at Hasselus Mattress, nobody has more plus than us. Our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $293. Plus, through Monday, get a free adjustable base. Plus, a huge selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and other big-name brands. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, employee-free showrooms. Whew! All these pluses have me feeling nonplussed. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Brewers will go for a series sweep this afternoon against the Cardinals, also looking to extend their lead in the National League Central. 6-0 winners last night against the Cards. Some antics on the mound, though. Brewers reliever Abner Uribe made several gestures, Is that about right?
Pelvic thrusts
with a chopping motion. You know what we're doing. Towards the Cardinals dugout after strikeout manager Pat Murphy on that.
Believe me, I love the kid. There's so much good in this kid. He's been so great for us in so many ways, but that's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. 12:40 is the first pitch today at American Family Field. Coverage gets underway just after the new news here on WTMJ. NBA playoffs. Thunder beat the Spurs 127-114, take a 3-2 lead in the Western Conference Finals.
WTMJ time saver traffic. Trouble in the usual spots in the construction zones, plus an accident in the shoulder on 94 West right by the stadium. So because of that, you're going to see some slowdowns. Quick reminder, by the way, speaking of the stadium, we have day baseball today, 12:40 first pitch, as you heard there. So that means 94 will be a little tighter than normal during portions of the day. Otherwise, looking good on the roads.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast is a really good one. High of 86 degrees today under mostly sunny skies, 72 lakeside, mainly clear tonight with a low of 50. Tonight, slight chance of showers that would move in late in the afternoon and evening hours. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 73. Friday, sunny, high of 84. Saturday, sunny, high of 77. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 77. All aforementioned days include high temperatures that are cooler near the lake. 9:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. Something is happening. Maybe you've noticed it at your house or in your neighborhood or amongst your friends. Maybe you're involved, but maybe you're noticing it on the periphery. But something is happening It's a game that's taking over.
Mahjong is making a comeback.
Let me play Mahjong.
Just gotta get some bamboo to show. I got a long way to go.
Mahjong, Mahjong. Yes, Mahjong. You heard that right. Mahjong. The tile-based game that was developed back in the 19th century in China. Actually, if you would have asked, I would have guessed even older than that, but 19th century, if that's not old enough. And it's spread throughout the world. It's been hot into the early 20th century, but then kind of slowly died off. But now this Chinese rummy-style game has erupted in popularity again. So why is that? Well, there's a couple of reasons, but first, just a little bit more about this game and why it's becoming so popular.
That clacking sound of tiles being shuffled around sounds like Mahjong. That explosion of joy when the game is won feels like Mahjong. But this isn't the way you're used to seeing it. The mid-19th century Chinese game is exploding in popularity lately. No Asian grandmas here.
Yeah, because generally, elderly Asian women's, usually Chinese, would be the ones that are playing this game. And then it had moved a little bit more to maybe it was just elderly women who were playing it. Now that's not the case. Now you're seeing millennials, even some Gen Zs playing it, and you're seeing a lot of mothers playing it as well. That story from ABC. So why are all these women playing this?
It's like addicting. Like you find yourself at the grocery store, like thinking about like how you can be better.
At Mahjong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're that addicted to it. Plus,
I have kids who are doing bedtime, and frankly, I don't want to be with them at this time.
Really appreciate the candor.
That bears a segment in and of itself, but we'll let that just stand there for a moment.
Yeah.
But, so I suppose this phenomenon that you say you're in the grocery store and I'm thinking about how can I be better at the look, if you're a golfer and you've been quote unquote bitten by the golf bug.
Okay.
You ever seen a guy at a gas pump practicing his golf swing?
Ooh, I'll have to look for that.
I've been
now.
that guy. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Right. But so that resonates. Whatever your hobby is or your passion, when you get into it, you start thinking about it.
So what is it about this passion, this hobby that's exploding? Since 2023 and 2024, in that little spot there, Eventbrite reported a 179% increase in Mahjong events nationwide. Images of eye-catching Mahjong tables have captured the attention of the social media set, and here we are. I know that for sure my wife and her friends play all the time, and they've all bought their little sets, and they'll set it up.
So you have to have your own set, or does one person have is it like Monopoly? One person brings Monopoly?
Kind of.
Everybody plays?
I would have said a poker, like a poker little set with the chips and all that where you carry.
So you don't have to have your own set and bring that to...
No, but it's...
Ms. Billstead's house for
kind
the
of fun
game
to have
today.
your own though to provide, and then you set up the ambiance of the room, and that's what a lot of folks are doing. But it's actually stretching beyond just something at your house. That's where it's even making even more news at the moment. Is hotels are jumping in on this, offering up opportunities to play, whether in groups or just hey, we got rooms, pretty nice room. Bring your Mahjong set into this. Let's see here. Kimpton is one. Kimpton Hotels and others, let's see, includes approximately 80 properties that have announced new Mahjong and Mingle amenities. The features are available at the hotels, including properties that, let's see here, that offer up an opportunity for you to bring your group or to meet and mingle with others to play Mahjong.
I think that's interesting because there's an economic impact to it, and hotels are always trying to find ways, particularly in down times.
Or the libraries.
Yes. How do we fill rooms? How do we do whatever? My wife was a big scrapbooker.
Okay.
And there was something similar to this when scrapbooking was really, really hot. And anybody who's scrapped before know that you have to buy the pages and the stickers. It's scrappy. That's the verb. I scrap.
Okay.
Yes. And you would have to buy the pages and the books and the stuff. And there were all sorts of things that you could buy to feed your hobby and the creation of these scrapbooks, right? And so some of the folks who sell that stuff became, interested in hosting events, quote unquote, and they didn't want to always have them at their house. So I know my wife has attended some that would be at a hotel. So you get the Comfort Inn and Suites, and we book a couple of rooms, and then the seller sets up a table or has her own room that she's selling things, and then you just sort of make an event out of it. Now, this sounds bigger than that, but the idea that people who are of like mind and enjoy
Same
a hobby
rule applies,
together,
right,
might make a weekend of it or several days of it and patronize a hotel.
Well, and there's some stimulation there. It gets your brain cooking.
You have to focus on the game. You have to put your phone down. You have to really think, and you can't think of the stresses of life. So you get this like hour to 4, depending on how long you go.
4 hours?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, obviously he's making a joke,
Yes,
but it can fall into that. But I think the same rule applies as the scrapping. You're doing these things, and it feels good, right? And you're not staring at a phone. And apparently, the research, according to the Facebookers, the research is there.
Research shows because of the visual and mental coordination required, the centuries-old tile game can actually slow cognitive decline, improving attention and memory in elderly people.
So it's there, and it doesn't have to be just elderly people, but that idea has now crossed several generations where this is becoming a thing.
Didn't you say you were invited to attempt to play at one point?
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is a hard game?
Well, it's not. I shouldn't say whether it's hard or not. I did not do very well. But what I found from it is that, like, the rules kept changing.
Were they changing, or you just didn't get it?
So I thought I had it. So it was. We were playing after a long day on the beach and in the sun, and we're trying to do it. My friend and I were playing with my wife and our other friend, and they kept trying to tell us the rules, and like things kept switching. And then I was like, "Well, what about this tab or this crack or whatever they're called?"
Yeah, because there's terminology that's very specific to the game.
Yes, and all of that, and I wasn't doing very well with the terminology, and I finally said, you keep changing the rules. I played it the way I was supposed to, but then I was told I wasn't playing it correctly.
So are you out?
I have not been asked to play again since then.
Let me play my Just gotta bring you, get some bamboo to show, I got a long way to go, my song, my song.
9 bam, 1 dot, 2 crack, 3 bam, mahjong.
All day long.
Ready to see Alaska with a touch of modern luxury? We are thrilled to announce that Celebrity Cruises 2027 Alaska season is officially open for booking. Experience the rugged beauty of the Hubbard Glacier from the most stylish ships at sea. With Celebrity, you'll enjoy award-winning cuisine and stunning design as you journey through the icy wonders of the North. Fox World Travel makes planning seamless, ensuring you get the best of Celebrity's premium experience. Don't wait. The best views go first. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Vince Vitrano here for my new home for golf and family fun, Racine Country Club. This is a little more my speedy.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if in one of the rooms there, or
you could do a little mahjonging.
Mahjonging going on there. So play golf on Memorial Day with a great group of guys at RCC. Didn't know Monday golf was going to work out for me until the day before. And good luck somewhere else trying to book an 8:30 a.m. tee time on a holiday, 24 hours out. No chance. All worked out for me at Racine Country Club. What's more, we played a foursome under 4 hours, and I walked on a holiday. If you're a golfer, you know how ridiculous good that is. If you're not a golfer, no worries. Pool's open. A lot of families were out there over the holiday weekend enjoying this fantastic club. They're making new friends, sharing summer together, upscale dining or casual eats, events the whole family will enjoy. Join me out here at Racine Country Club. New members welcome right now. Would love to see you out there. Get started at racinecountryclub.com.
Accident Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert here with my son David, AccuNet's president and chief metaphor officer. What do you have for us this time?
Dad, for a lot of sellers, selling their home is like handing over a family photo album. Every room in that house has a birthday memory or a trombone lesson or that last Mother's Day brunch before the kids moved out. The seller isn't just transferring a deed, they're saying farewell to a chapter of their life.
So buyers need to walk through the front door with that in mind.
Absolutely. It's not just a financial transaction. It's a transfer of trust. Sellers and their agents are looking to say yes to the buyer who is strong enough and safe enough to make good on their offer.
So what does that look like in practice?
It looks like a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and a thoughtfully crafted offer that tells the seller, I will show up.
Because when the seller is deciding who will get the keys and the metaphorical family photo album,
you want them to feel the best about handing them to you.
Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at AccuNet.com.
I still can't get spinach.
Oh,
I want to eat. Because a lot of people play it and they love it and they enjoy it. I want to. My brain doesn't. I don't know if it's the math or what.
That's a fun one. Play that one a lot, but then you play with people who are good. Like, okay, this isn't.
That
fun
one didn't take
anymore.
4 hours, did it? In 7 minutes. What just happened?
Just got double skunked.
Sometimes when nothing happens, something still happened. I'll tell you about that in today's agenda item of unfinished.
The topic? Unfinished business is created in any one of three ways.
All right, more on what didn't happen in a moment. First on what did. The alleged fire starter was in court on Tuesday, pleaded not guilty to a charge of negligent handling of burning material. Told you about this woman on Tuesday's show. She's 22 years old. Name is Ellen Stevens. She's accused of causing that 5-alarm blaze that's now a week ago at a vacant warehouse. $1 million in a total loss of the building. She is accused of trespassing. So she and several others accused of hanging around in this vacant building. And at one point, she dropped a lit cigarette, according to authorities, off the roof. And they later discovered when they were leaving the building that some stuff was smoldering. It ignited some debris that was inside this burning warehouse, and that ultimately caused the entire building to go up in flames. According to the criminal complaint, she told authorities, we saw that, we stepped on it, we thought we put it out, but apparently they did not. How'd they know it was her? According also to the criminal complaint, Ellen Stevens put pictures of the giant warehouse blaze on Snapchat and included the caption, "I may or may not have lit the bando on fire today on accident."
The bando.
Bando, I'm assuming, I guess I still didn't look it up, where you could look on Urban Dictionary, right? I'm assuming that's slang for abandoned building.
Aren't you still amazed that the desire is there to snap something like that, to put that into a digital confession? The number of times we see people doing that.
A digital confession. Outstanding term. You just come up with that?
A
digital
sure.
confession. I've just gone on my own social media and incriminated myself.
And it happens all the time. But again, in this case, that helped them nab her.
Right, because according, again, to authorities, some other witness approached authorities and said, you might want to know about this thing here I've seen on Snapchat. And that's how they easily were able to track down this woman. She is out right now on $250 cash bail, due back in court in July. Now to the thing that didn't happen. We told you Tuesday morning, Wisconsin Center District Board was going to meet to discuss the future of embattled President and CEO Marty Brooks. Brooks accused of, but not charged with a crime, of grabbing Common Council President Jose Perez, who's also a Wisconsin Center District Board member, grabbing him on the butt.
Oh, come on. I did not do that.
You did too.
That is bull.
Now, Brooks, as you heard, denies that ever happened. More substantively, some members of the board have been upset that Brooks commissioned a study that explored the need for a convention center hotel, possible destruction of the UWM Panther Arena, and or the Miller High Life Theater. And that is, from what we're hearing, the more serious, I guess, departure between the board and Brooks on where the Wisconsin Center District is headed, and more about why they may be trying to get rid of him. So the board met in closed session for over an hour on Tuesday, but took no announced action against Brooks. So
you think that's because
what gives?
Going through the legal channels, or there's a negotiation, or something else?
What was the agenda item listed on that? We were going to discuss
potential litigation.
Potential litigation, which you would think. Brooks is under contract through next year. Reported salary of just over $400,000. Now, there's a benefits package as well. I don't have information on that, but he makes good money, and he's on contract for another year and a half or so, a little bit more than that. So if you fire him for cause, and you list causes with which he disagrees, you would have to anticipate litigation. Saying, I was unjustly fired. If you want to separate from him, that's fine, but then you have to negotiate what is the settlement here, because I'm not just walking away for free.
I mean, that would have to be explained, right? In some fashion, tell the taxpayer why you're doing this.
So my guess is they can't do that until once lawyers are involved and say, hey, you can't talk about this stuff until we've got everything taken care of here. I expect once this is resolved in whatever manner it is that we'll learn a lot more.
Do you think there'll be some pushback as to, say they come to an agreement and there's some money that has to be paid in order for that separation to occur? Like, does the average taxpayer expect a little bit more explanation as to why someone hiring a firm to look into a hotel would be a reason to terminate them? Doesn't that not sound like that's cause for termination?
It sounds like the worst thing he did was pursue this direction that a majority of the board wasn't interested in pursuing.
Is that cause?
That's right.
Now, again, that we know of. Who knows? There could be a million other things. We have no idea.
But I think your point is well taken. If that's all there is, plus the honk, which you said you looked into and couldn't really substantiate, then
right, because he's denied
cause?
that, and there were no charges filed, right? Or at least, nothing came of it.
Then do you have cause? Right. And if you don't, then how do you separate from him? What are the terms of that? And yes, you would have to explain to the taxpayers why we spent whatever money that would be on getting rid of someone, and then you have to bring somebody else in. And then who is that interim also?
Right.
And then you conduct your intergalactic search for the next leader of the property.
And then next person will be told, hey, don't ever think about doing anything. Like what? Again, I'm not
Wouldn't
defending.
that be something if they built that hotel in 2 years?
Oh, jeez. I think that's obvious that'll never happen.
Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this?
This concludes unfinished business.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow here for the City of Hope Cancer Center in Zion. Cancer treatments are saving more lives than ever before, but doctors say surviving is only part of the journey. Ahead of World Blood Cancer Day, May 28th, cardio-oncologist Dr. Jason Robin with City of Hope is highlighting a growing concern for survivors of leukemia, lymphoma, and other blood cancers, heart disease.
And just the treatments in general that we give, the conditioning before a transplant, the high-dose chemotherapy, the radiation, those are things that are well known to increase your risk of heart disease down the road.
As with any life-saving treatment, cancer therapies can have side effects. That is why Dr. Robin and other experts at City of Hope proactively manage them, not only treating cancer, but also closely following survivors.
For example, patients who get stem cell transplant have about a 4 times higher risk for developing heart disease later on in life.
And they do this with a team-based approach that brings cardiologists, cancer specialists, and other experts together to care for patients before, during, and after treatment.
Because the key here is that the earlier that cardiac dysfunction is recognized, the better the chance we have at putting people on the appropriate medical therapy and potentially reversing or at least halting the cardiac dysfunction.
And for newly diagnosed patients, Dr. Robin says second opinions and fast access to care can make a huge difference. City of Hope can often pair patients with specialists within just a few days.
That's how City of Hope operates. They really operate the way that medicine used to be. They continue to do this, and it amazes me. If I have a loved one that was sick, that would be the place where I would send my relatives.
With the right long-term care, survivors can live full, happy lives. City of Hope Cancer Center, just south of the state line in Zion, is part of a national system advancing cutting-edge treatment and research. Visit cityofhope.org. That's cityofhope.org.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300,000. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Ugandan authorities have ordered the closure of the border with Congo effective immediately as cases of that rare type of Ebola surge. The decision coming after a rise in the number of Ugandan health workers exposed to the virus by Congolese patients who crossed the border before the outbreak was declared on May 15th. The White House has been expressing optimism and ongoing discussions with Iran, but several key topics remain up in the air before a peace deal will be signed. ABC's Ian Pannell in Israel.
The discussions that are ongoing right now is basically to try and lift the siege of the Strait of Hormuz, the restrictions put in place by Iran, and to allow the U.S. naval blockade to be withdrawn. What it doesn't resolve are the outstanding issues, the ones that existed before, during the war, and throughout this ceasefire, primarily Iran's nuclear program.
The president saying he is confident Iran will make concessions. This is ABC News.
Out there living unlimited. WTMJ News Time, 9:33.
Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs could face felony and misdemeanor charges following an arrest in Brown County. Police report Jacobs was taken into custody Tuesday. Officers were investigating a disturbance complaint from over the weekend. Jacobs' legal team says he denies all of the allegations. Packers say they're aware of the situation but won't comment further until the investigation is complete. Formal charges still pending.
A settlement involving a deadly police incident in Milwaukee is being recommended for approval by the Common Council.
Haley Linville died last September after being hit by a Milwaukee police squad during a welfare check on the city's south side. Tuesday, the Judiciary and Legislation Committee recommended paying $250,000 to Linville's family. A representative for City Attorney Evan Goike.
For the reasons addressed in closed session, the City Attorney's Office recommends approval.
The full Common Council and Mayor Cavalier Johnson still need to approve the settlement proposal. Jen Gregg, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 50,767. It's up 305 points today. S&P 500 is largely flat at 75.18, and the NASDAQ is down about 60 points to 26,598. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ time saver traffic. Some tightness right around the stadium. We got a westbound accident that's blocking the shoulder right around 175 there into the stadium interchange. So that's slowing things down. Obviously, it's already tight in that stretch because of the construction. So it's a little bit tighter than normal. Plus, don't forget, we got Brewers baseball this afternoon, 12:40 first pitch. So that area is going to be tight as we get into the late morning as well. 4145 southbound, a little tighter than normal. Getting into the construction there right around Hampton as well.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Beautiful day today, high of 86 degrees. Will be considerably cooler if you're lakeside. Lakeside high is just 72. Skies mostly sunny, slight chance of showers moving in late. Mainly clear overnight, low temperature dropping down to 50 degrees. And then mostly sunny skies on Thursday, sunny on Friday, sunny on Saturday, mostly sunny on Sunday. Each day, temperatures considerably cooler near the lake. I'll give you the inland highs for all of those days. 73 on Thursday, 84 Friday, 77 Saturday, and the same on Sunday. Milwaukee right now at 71.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices, and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead for Tri-County Contracting. We told you about the roofs at Tri-County Contracting, the reefer roof tune-up that we've had at the Bilstead house done from Tri-County Contracting. I've told you about the windows from Tri-County Contracting. Our new window set there walking out to the patio, the sliding glass door is fantastic. They also do siding at Tri-County Contracting. Their mission is to help you love your home again. They can do that with the siding, whether it's vinyl or LP Smart Side or Hardy Plank. The time now is Tri-County Contracting. Figure out their home rendering tools. They can walk you through that process. They have design consultants that can help you as well. Don't forget, TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
I used to cut Bob's hair. One time I was running very late. In the middle of his haircut, Bob says to me, "If you gotta leave now, it's okay. You can cut the other side when you get back from vacation."
109 years later, you can still feel that nice guy attitude from the Sorens family and the entire team at Sorens Ford in Brookfield. An exceptional buying and service experience. Sorens Ford on Capitol Drive. SOERENS.com.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas, also cold tubs. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only inside the Exposition Center at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Visit 1-800-SPASale.com.
Have you seen the pictures? So today at the White House, President Trump is going to have a cabinet meeting, and no doubt they'll talk about Iran. We're hearing new details from Iran state media that maybe a deal has been brokered and that the Strait of Hormuz will open. So that'll come up. Also likely to come up is the UFC fight, which is planned outside the White House.
Which, until you started talking about it again, this week, I had, no kidding, I thought it was a joke. That to celebrate America's 250th, we were going to have fights on the White House lawn. I thought that was a joke.
We have reached the point beyond satire. That's where we are. Construction began this week on a temporary octagon on the White House grounds in preparation to host several UFC fights on Flag Day. That's also President Trump's 80th birthday. So you have an octagon cage, and then you also have a giant structure overhead that'll hold lights and cameras, and that thing is enormous.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. You can actually see it all the way down Pennsylvania Avenues. Where I live, you go uphill. So when you're coming down, you can literally see this giant, they're calling it the Claw, and it's over the White House, and it's the big octagon that they're building. I mean, this thing's going to be massive.
That is
massive.
CBS White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi, who joined us on Tuesday. When she says over the White House, she means taller than. It's just this enormous structure, and you can see it. It looks almost like when you see, because, they'll do that. They'll have the standard shot, the live shot of the White House whenever there's network coverage of anything happening there. And it almost looks like an alien claw type thing.
It looks like Independence Day.
Right.
Like it landed on the White House lawn.
And it's there to celebrate the UFC Freedom 250, which is part of the nation's 250th anniversary. They're going to have a bunch of fights there. And apparently they're going to have a ton of people come and watch this event as well. At least that's the plan. There's enough space, they say, to hold 4,500 fans, and then another 50 to 100,000 others could watch on massive screens.
They're going to set up staging on the White House South Lawn, and then also on the National Mall and the Ellipse are going to be like general public viewing. And Dana White at one point said they're going to hand out 100,000 tickets.
Dana White, of course, with the UFC. So they plan on paying for this. So they say that this isn't taxpayer funded. But there are also going to be these massive screens in the Ellipse, that's the public park there nearby, where they expect 100,000 people. So think of the security involved with something like this as well, if this goes on as expected.
Yeah, there has to be a perimeter then if you're talking about a ticketed event, even for the viewing that's away from the octagon, as it were. You still have to have a perimeter.
So you're going to have cage fights UFC fighting a ring, an octagon, in front of the White House in just a couple of weeks. Flag Day is coming up pretty quickly.
Can you tell me honestly, first time you heard that, you didn't think that was a joke?
You thought it was an Onion article?
Either pro-Trump or anti-Trump or whatever. You would have bought that as a joke. Hey, you know what the president's going to do? On Flag Day, for America's 250, he's going to have cage fights on the White House lawn. Come on.
No, it is
This
happening.
is what we're doing.
It is happening.
All right. 9:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free at-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer expires May 31st, 2026.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. So glad I got an appointment today. Tennis season has started. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be Dr. Noah. I usually see him there in Oak Creek, or maybe it's Dr. Alex. Either way, they're going to say, what happened to you? Your body looks like a train wreck today. Hey, here, more importantly, that's why I first started seeking chiropractic care from Connect Chiropractic. But beyond that, I hear from so many of my fellow patients about all sorts of other things from which they are seeing relief. Many tell me about sleep quality that's greatly improved. They're in there getting the spine properly aligned and the nervous system calmed down, and now they can do what it's supposed to do. Help your body naturally heal, adapt, and thrive. It's Connect Chiropractic. Their mission is simple. They want to help the community live healthier, more energized lives. Now, as I mentioned, I go to the location in Oak Creek most typically, locations in Wauwatosa and Delafield as well. Get started at GoConnectChiro.com.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
We have a contractual agreement that we give our clients, this fiduciary standard of care. We also say fee-only fiduciary. So a lot of people are kind of twisting it these days and saying, I'm a fiduciary some of the time. I call them part-time fiduciaries. And that's the reason why we say fee-only fiduciary. That means we do not accept commissions.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. It's time, isn't it, to update the look of your house, but you don't even know where to begin. First step, Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. Yes, Tri-County's been in the roof business for 47 years, but Chuck, Tony, and the crew also handle siding. They've got design consultants that can help you. No exterior contractor will do what Tri-County Contracting can do for you. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's siding that'll make you love your home again.
Got afternoon baseball for you here on 620 WTMJ. 12:40 is the first pitch with the pregame show just after the noon news, and the Brewers are going for a sweep against the Cardinals today.
The question we had is, will there be any ramifications from what Abner Uribe did yesterday when he pelvic thrusted, chopped 3 times at the Cardinals bullpen, Cardinals dugout after a strikeout in the 8th inning.
Well, that was another level of celebration from Abner, and he's got a pretty high bar.
So Uribe was upset about something the Cardinals manager was doing. He claims the Cards manager was making hand gestures to suggest to hitting some of the Brewers batters. So Uribe did apologize to the team after the game. And you know who really wasn't happy about this whole situation was Pat Murphy. He said this was unacceptable.
That's just not how we do things, and I was embarrassed by it. And why are we doing it? It's 6-0 game.
In fact, he also, this was news to me. I didn't see this when the game was going on, but Jeff Levering, who joined us for Brewers 360, said that he met him on the top step, and also gestured toward the Cardinals manager, Pat Murphy did, saying like, hey, and there was a moment of understanding between the two skippers to suggest, hey, okay, I get that shouldn't have happened that way, and kind of Murphy gave him the acknowledgement of like, I got you, man.
This is a him thing in a moment. This is not a we thing. This is not how we do it. So just...
Yeah. So it's one of those moments that Levering said he saw.
You're not wrong. I got it. I'll take care of it.
That doesn't mean there might not be someone taking one in the tush today.
would not like to be the Brewers' leadoff batter today.
We'll
Maybe
see.
it's Yelich, maybe it's Jackson Churio, but somebody's going to wear
Maybe
one.
someone in the back end of the order.
Well, that's why I say, are you sure you don't want to throw the ball boy in the lineup
We'll see.
today and
We'll see.
let him take one in the thigh?
First pitch, 12:40 right here on WTMJ.
Following the latest on the arrest of Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs, as we've been reporting through the morning, it appears that Jacobs did spend the night and woke up this morning in the Brown County Jail. He was arrested on Tuesday in connection with an incident that authorities in a Green Bay suburb, so Hobart's the suburb. If you know that area, it's kind of where the airport is, but it's right.
Okay. It's
It's
right
essentially
there,
Green
right?
Bay, okay? There was an incident on Saturday of this past weekend. The arrest occurred on Tuesday, and some serious charges being suggested. The difference between the police report and recommended charges and what is still anticipated is the police do their report, they do their investigating, they send their report on to the district attorney's office. What do they say in Law and Order? Who prosecute the offenders, right? Chung chung, these are their stories. DA is ultimately going to decide, okay, what specifically, if anything, do I want to issue as far as charges? But the recommendations from police in Hobart: battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, strangulation and suffocation, intimidation of a victim. 2 of those are felonies. No formal charges have yet been issued, but again, it's worth pointing out that Jacobs did not appear to be released overnight, and you would anticipate would have a court appearance at some point today.
And this will no doubt be a topic of conversation when the media arrives at OTAs.
Well, so today is day 2 of OTAs, organized team activities, where there's not even full scrimmaging. I mean, you can't even do pads and hitting and stuff, but these are important practices as the Packers are getting their 2026 season underway. And exactly to that point, so not to diminish the seriousness of a domestic abuse charge in any walk, but that still needs to play out, and we need to learn a lot more about that. As far as our Green Bay Packers are concerned, this is not what you want to have to be dealing with. And among other things scheduled for today is head coach Matt LaFleur has his regularly scheduled news conference, so he takes questions for reporters at some point in these first OTAs, and that was supposed to be today anyway. So he's going to have to answer questions about this, and he's not going to want to say anything. And then there's player availability after practice. What that means is they open the locker room and the media can come in there, and for those players who want to talk and say things, they can do interviews. And all of those guys are going to be asked about it. And that's a terrible position for any of them to have to be in. Talked with Mark Tauscher about that, Packers Hall of Famer. He joins us from ESPN Wisconsin on a regular basis just before 8 o'clock. And I asked Tausch, okay, are the players going to be prepared for this by the team?
Absolutely. I think, obviously the media being available today, you're going to have the PR folks kind of lined up where Matt LaFleur will address the team, and obviously you want to address the scenario, the situation that Josh has put himself in, but then also how to handle and approach this from being a teammate standpoint. And the messaging on this is always going to be something that you want to make sure as an organization you're lined up with, because everybody there obviously has a relationship with Josh, but you also want to be very mindful of the situation that he's in. Even though we don't know all the details, we don't know the entire scenario, you want to be mindful of that as well. So it really is, you don't talk a lot about it because the bottom line, you don't know much more than anybody else does.
And that's more than the Packers circling the wagons, not wanting to have negative information. Now, put yourself in the position of some of these players. Some of them might be 22 years old, 21 years old, and now you have the global media interested in this story, and somebody at your locker asking you about things like that, and they may not know how to handle that. So they need some sort of training, some talking to this morning is, look, first of all, you don't have to talk about this. This isn't something that you did. It's affecting the team. In fact, here's probably what we would expect. Here's some language you can use. So you may hear a lot about that, and it's unfortunate that any of those guys would be put in the position to have to answer for their teammate. And as for that, we expect a lot more information would come out if that criminal complaint is ultimately filed. I'll say this from Josh Jacobs' attorneys. One line that sticks out: this matters in the early stages of investigation with important evidence that has not yet been made public. We ask for fairness and restraint while the judicial process takes its course. 9:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Tom Jones, Come Gather Round Tour, live in Milwaukee.
It's not unusual to be loved.
See Tom Jones performing his greatest hits live at Miller High Life Theater, September 20th.
You don't have to be beautiful.
Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at PabstTheaterGroup.com. Don't miss the legendary Tom Jones for one night only. For more, visit TomJones.com.
With a deadly virus from rodent droppings in the news lately, really brings pest control top of mind. Vince Vitrano for my team. Bugman Queen Bee, based right here in West Dallas. It's more than unsightly or embarrassing. Critters can carry serious health risks for your family. You want to get that taken care of. The same goes for mosquitoes and ticks. And Adam, he's the bug man over there. He's got treatments for all of it. Full rodent inspection to find out how they're getting in, getting them out, and then monitoring to make sure that they are staying out. Indoor and outdoor treatments for creepy crawlies, stinging insects, and ticks that can carry Lyme disease. Get on the schedule now and protect your home and yard all summer long. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you. BugmanQueenBee.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Hey, John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin, quite simply the best in the business. You got a shoulder that's not feeling great. Maybe it's an ankle or a knee. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin and their top-tier doctors can get you feeling how you deserve to feel. My wife, Michelle, had a back issue. Oh, how put her in a great place. She's on the mend. She's feeling better. She's doing all the things that she wants to do. Start at the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better with the best. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
Are we in control of the straight yet, Joe?
It's unclear. This morning in the Oval Office, Trump flip-flopped saying we have total control over it. And then a couple minutes later, it was like, we really need to get the strait open. So, I don't know.
First it was tariffs. Then we get this. None of this is good economically in our country.
You're a business guy. Predictability is the number one thing.
Yes. Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. And check out the weekly newsletter, Extra Points, by texting EXTRA to the talk and text line. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
$9:56. Hey, heads up. You were just talking about this idea of like what the Packers players are going to be told regarding the Josh Jacobs situation. Jacobs arrested and accused of a battery and suffocation. We expect if charges are to come down, that could come down at any time today. And per Rob Domofsky of ESPN, the Packers have canceled player availability today.
All right. Well, that's one way to control the messaging.
So they were
never mind.
They were likely to be available today because of OTAs taking place, but nope, the players will not be available. However, LaFleur will still have his news conference at 11 today.
And I imagine he basically says what the Packers organization has said. There's an ongoing investigation. We're not going to comment on that. And they can ask it any number of different ways.
And they probably will. You'll get a couple of different ways of asking that question just to see if there's anything they can share.
And he'll avoid answering that, and understandably so, given that it's legalese and things like that. But this is the dance that we dance. Again, if we didn't really need some rain, Eric, we'd really be talking about what an incredible stretch of weather we're in. I've got a high of 86 today.
Yep.
Considerably cooler near the lake. Look at this. Lakeside high 72. So you're looking at a 14-degree difference from those spots that are right up along the lakeshore to what you might see further west. But each day is going to be almost 10 degrees cooler near the lake. But sunshine for the remainder of the week through the weekend. And high temperatures most days in the mid to upper 70s. Friday looks like we pop another mid 80-degree day. So
summer is here.
Some kind of stretch. It is 9:57. Wisconsin's Morning News yields 2-point taken with Steve Scafidi and Kristen Bry. That's next on News Radio 620. WTMJ.
Mahjong is making a comeback.
I have kids who are doing bedtime, and frankly, I don't want to be with them at this time.
Networks, streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. But where did the concept originate? We may be biased, but we think these big wigs found their